Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about JavaScript and what it's all about. And if you've already watched part 0, then you know how that you've installed VS Code already, and we used Rempel to make an example. And if you haven't watched part 0, go ahead and watch that first before you jump back into this one, and then we'll get going. So I'll see you soon. So basically all JavaScript now is just a coding language. And we use JavaScript to modify and create rules, events, and behaviors. And as the example I've written, for example, JavaScript can take user information and react to that information. It's not that hard. Let's talk a little bit more about scripts. So a script is basically a series of instructions that your computer follows to achieve a goal. For example, like cooking recipes, assembly manuals, things like that. And when we write JavaScript, all we're saying is, I'm going to build a set of instructions. So much like when you write Python or the other coding languages that you do, you're just going to say, this is a series of instructions that I want to write that the computer will follow along to and then, react to. So why don't we talk a little bit about objects and properties now. In JavaScript, we think about this object-oriented programming language, and we're made up of objects and properties. And for example, if we have an object called car, it has a property, and then we have values. The object is in red. So car is the object, and the property name is in blue, and the values are in green. So a car is an object, and this object has properties. It has model, engine, seats, color, and the value is in green. So if we're going to put it all together, just kind of the gist of it, I want you to think about two things primarily. I want you to think about how we work it with our browser. So it contains two parts. So this little frame that you're looking at me right now, in YouTube, and then there's the side videos, or even if you have it full screen, it doesn't matter. We're in a document. We are in a document, and this document lives inside of the browser, the window. So you can think of it like this, right? Even if you're looking at this on a mobile app, you should actually look at this on a computer. How are you going to code? If you're looking at this on your computer, this is a document, and the thing that we live inside of, this web browser that we're in right now, that's the window. I want you to think about like that. And let me kind of share that slide with you. So there are window objects and there are document objects, right? And so the window object is the frame around the web page that contains the bookmarks and the navigation, all that stuff. And the document object is what you're looking at now. Let's kind of put this in a little more focus. So I wrote a code sample here of a window alert. And the window alert is basically a little pop-up. So I have to reference the object, I need a member operator, I need a method, and a parameter. We have a window object. So the window object represents the entire web browser. So I reference the window. And then I have my method, my alert method, that's attached to the object. How do we know it's attached to the object? Because we use something called the member operator, that little dot. That little dot between the window and the alert. That's the member operator. And then this is the parameter that I'm passing to the method. So I'm going to say hello using the alert. And what is the alert bound to? It's bound to the object. What is the object? The window. Window.alert hello. So right now I'm going to teach you how to write your first JavaScript in VS Code. And then I'm going to show you how to do it in Replit. So right now, why don't you fire up VS Code? And then when you're ready, come back. So hit pause, open it up, come back. Welcome back, everybody. Okay. So to write JavaScript, it's cool if we just kind of started writing JavaScript right here in this window, right? But it's not going to run unless we bind it to, let's say, an HTML file. So why don't we do that now? So click this bottom tab, and we're going to set our language to HTML. And if you haven't done HTML before, no problem. Why don't we just kind of run you through a basic primer, and we'll get started. So we set it to HTML, and you notice it has an opening and closing tag. If it doesn't have an opening and closing tag, go ahead and do it. But you need this slash here in HTML because that says open, close. And we'll say head, and we'll have a title. And then we have the body. Now we're going to write a lot of things in the body, so this is where we're going to write stuff. We're going to say script because we're going to begin writing JavaScript. So I want you to notice really quick that everything has an opening and a closing. So open, close, open, close, open, close. Okay? And then inside this, we'll say window.alert. Hello, world. if you don't have it, go ahead and pause this video, write all this code down in VS Code, and when you're ready, go to File, Save As. I'm gonna save it as hello.html, and I'm gonna save it right on the desktop. Okay, so I hit Save, and if you want to open it, well, you just simply go to your desktop and you click on your HTML file. So you double click it, and there it goes. You have this pop-up window that says hello world, and you just hit OK, and then it goes away. And that's great. That's what you want. So click on New REPL at the top right here after you've signed in. And if you got to pause the video and come back, that's cool too. So click on New REPL. And under the language, I know you want to select JavaScript, but we have to write in HTML first. So we do this, HTML, CSS, JS. Perfect. That's what we want. Click that. I don't want that name, so I'll say hello world as our first test. We'll just say hello. And I'm going to hit Create REPL right here, this green button. Perfect. So it's going to load, and we have this sample web browser here, and it kind of populates all this stuff for you. This is awesome. You know, this saves you a ton of time. Now, you have index.html, script.js, and style.css. Go ahead and work in the script.js. And leave comments below if you think that this is easier for you to do. If this is easier for you to do than using VS Code, then I'll just do it the REPL way, and then we can work it out. Click on script.js on the left-hand side. Now we're going to write our first script. We'll say window.alert hello world. And when we're ready to run it, I'm going to hit run. And boom, I have a little pop-up window, hello world. There you go. Look at you. You already wrote your first piece of JavaScript. Was that hard? No, that was super easy, right? So using JavaScript, we're going to build upon this. We're going to write more code. We're going to really expand what you're really going to learn. And that's kind of the good starter primer to what you have. So if you watch part 0, you've got stuff installed. You've subscribed to the channel. I hope you do. It would help me out if you did. And leave comments below if you have questions, okay? All right. I'll catch you in the next video. I'll see you later. Bye.